Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Introduction to Healthcare Informatics. Um, and this is the recording lecture video for week number one. And I am sharing with you the week one information in Blackboard. So this will be the typical layout that you will find. There's will be a list of objectives, list of the instructional material, and then many assignments that I'm assigning. Um, so none of these are like a folder where you click to go in, although this one will take you to the discussion board. Typically, for the instructional material, you will have the lesson plan and the PowerPoints, as well as any lecture video that might be necessary. So what I'm going to do is to kind of go through the lesson plan. But before I do that, I just wanted to let you know that there is a syllabus posted up here, and there's a discussion and the weekly linking on the left. All right, so if you download this, you should get this one. So I'm going to follow this and just kind of go over what we are planning for this week. Again, this is the lesson plan for week one. Let me just kind of highlight as I go through this. And basically, the first week will be an introduction for chapter 1 and 2. Administrative items, before I go over the syllabus, as it was sent out before a few days ago, because there are only 2 students in the class, you can have a choice of this course being a directed study, meaning that you could propose a project that you want to do and just do that project instead of going through the entire the course material. So that's an option for you, either one. But you do need to decide on the topic, and I need to approve it before proceeding, right? So if you want to do it this way, then send me an email that you want to do, you are interested in particular um, topic and what you want to do, and we can work out the other requirements for that. All right. If not, then we'll just do the class um, on a regular, typical online course. Not both of you have to do the project. It doesn't really matter who does or who doesn't. So, but that option is given for you. All right. So hopefully that's a bit more clear than what was sent out. But if you want to consider that as an option, just be sure to email me. Right. So I say if you are interested in this option, please email me with some thoughts. Okay. And I'll go over the syllabus a little bit. If you can download the syllabus here, and here's basic information on the first page. How to get in touch with me. Email is probably the best. Here's the textbook, and let me pause and bring up that textbook. So here's the cover of the textbook. If you actually go inside, then you will see these chapters. There's a part 1, part 2, and stuff like that. So you can follow that. Let's see here. So in terms of the syllabus, and there's a weekly chapter listing of what we're going to be doing. And then there's other items that you can read on your own, some resources and stuff like that. Okay, so we'll follow the chapters in the book. In terms of the due dates, so maybe due dates. Whatever I assign, you'll have 2 weeks to complete. So let me bring up the schedule here. So today is the this is the first week, right? So I'm assigning it uh, on Sunday and for Monday, but it'll be the following week, Friday night. All right. So you don't have quite 2 weeks, but almost 2 weeks. So that's how it's going to be for every week. Of course, the exception to that is the end of the term, which is the December 19, whatever I sign here. You can't have 2 weeks for that just because the term is ending, right? So hopefully that makes sense. In terms of the assignments, as it was sort of um, shown, there are 2 assignments for you. Introduce yourself in the discussion board, and then read the chapter 1 and 2, either the PowerPoints or the textbooks, whatever. But at the end of the chapters, there are a couple of questions that I'm assigning. The actual page number may be a little bit different depending on your actual format and the packaging, but it's the review questions. Okay, so that's what's going on. So I will just highlight the few highlight the 2 chapters that I'm going to cover that we're covering this week. So chapter 1 is a introduction, and it takes starts with the history and a lot of the terms that we should already know, such as HMO, PPO, and stuff like that. And then there are some CARES divisions and stuff like that. But I wanted to just highlight just one page figure, and that is the hospitalization chart. I think it's helpful for us and important for us to know structurally as a business person. So this is the general outline of this is probably the same whichever hospital it goes, but if we're uh, probably typical of the United States hospitals. It may be a little bit different in other countries, but you can kind of see the hierarchy and the overview. And I think it'd be good for you to just kind of keep that in mind. For chapter 2, it just continues on with the same topic, but it is more focused on in terms of the career. So let me bring up the careers based on the roles, which is on page 38. So here's the page, and as you can see, there are like a different focuses and the scope. A lot of them do uh, overlay, such as data quality manager and a clinical data specialist. But you can begin to see what specialists are like which way and so forth. So this is a good picture to keep in mind. And to just highlight that this health information manager manages all that. Okay, I think this will. Yes, I think it's just 1 and 5. So that's just an introduction for the 2 chapters. Next week we'll cover, get involved in a little more in depth, starting with the legal issues and ethical standards. Okay. But the big decision that I do like to hear from you is if any one of you are going to do the directed study and just do a project, and then we should kind of talk about the scope and the requirements. Otherwise, I just want you to get started reading the book and just get ready to move on to the next chapters. All right, this ends the recording, and again, if you maybe the side comments that I do, and then maybe not a side comments, but I should kind of make a quick note here. If there's any special accommodations that you need from me, then please let me know. And if you have any other questions or any additional questions, feel free to email me. The email is probably the best all the time. And have a good week, and looking forward to get things started.